Good morning, everyone. Hi, didn't see you there. Obviously I saw you there. Obviously I pushed record on the camera because I wanted to take you guys with me on my morning routine adventure. This is what I do when I first wake up in the morning. I wanted to bring you guys in, not only with my routine, but I also want to talk through a few things that are developing in my life, some new things that I'm scared about, but also excited about, and just let you guys in. I've been doing some thinking about this, and I realized that a lot of you guys have been with me, have been my friend longer than some of my current friends that I live with and hang out with every day and all those things, like my roommates and such. We go way back, so I thought that I would fill you guys in on some things as I would a friend of mine that lives down the hall from me. So let's get real, let's chat, let's brush our teeth and do all the things that I do in the morning. And this video is sponsored by Spotlight Oral Care, which is actually the toothbrush, sorry, it's like a little wet because I just washed it off, is the toothbrush that I've been using. This has been a dynamic duo in my morning routine. I always kick off my morning with brushing my teeth, and I love that Spotlight Oral Care was actually founded by two sisters, two dentists, not engineers, not people that don't really care about not only what's in the products, how they're made, but also how they look. It's important to me that my toothbrush and toothpaste look nice. I'm always one to go to the store and look for the pretty things that'll just look nice, because aesthetics, they mean something to me. They make me feel good, especially first thing in the morning. So I love how they're just sleek and white. I love how they work. My teeth do look whiter. So yeah, I just put a little dollop of the whitening toothpaste on my toothbrush. Okay, so now that we've done that, so moving on with my morning routine, what else do I do? Okay, so next up we have skincare. You guys might remember this from a Vlogmas episode. I got it, and this is my third one. I'm not kidding, this is my third one of these because I'm obsessed. It's the Double Repair Face Moisturizer from Roche, Posay. A lot of you guys know I used to work at L'Oreal, and Roche is a L'Oreal brand. So I used to work in the same building as the people that created this product. It's kind of cool. So that is the only skincare product I use in the morning. I use face washes and things at nighttime. So next we're gonna dive into makeup. I've had this makeup bag for 75 years. This is from Anthropology. I'm not kidding, I had this sophomore year of college. So probably 6 years ago. How long have I been out of college? 7 years? I don't know. You might want to get yourself a cup of tea or something, because I feel like we're gonna be chatting away for quite a bit. So I have some things to say. Whoa, my lips are so chapped. Why did none of you tell me? We're gonna handle that first. I'm using the Sugar Caramel Hydrating Lip Balm from Fresh. You guys can tell that I love it because I've used basically all of it. So I put this on my lips. I just love how it tastes, and it does a good job too. So there's been a lot of things happening recently. You guys know that I had an apartment leak back, when was that? January, it was literally January 1st. It was welcome to 2021, your ceiling is going to cave in and water is gonna go everywhere. So that's what happened. So that's how the year started. Things were off to a pretty shaky start, I gotta say. And ultimately we got to a point with the landlord where we could move out if we wanted to. And we kind of did that thing where we were like, okay, so can you give us a free month's rent since we were out of our apartment for a month? And they're like, no. And we're like, okay, well, if you don't, we're gonna move out. And they're like, okay, see ya, you can move out. And we're like, oh no, we weren't expecting that. So from there, my roommates and I had a decision to make. We're like, so should we stay in this apartment, or should we look for something else? Or, do we even want to be in California anymore? Because, we all are from the East Coast and all these things. So we had a lot of decisions to make, and I did what I typically do in those situations where I have a lot of decisions. I sat down and I made a list. I made a pro-con list of all the various options that I had, which I'm lucky to have had options, that points to privilege. That means that I am privileged enough to have options, and I'm very grateful for that, don't get me wrong. But it was kind of one of those information overload sorts of things where I just had a meltdown, because I'm like, what do I do? What do I even want right now? Am I making the right decisions for myself? Because every decision you make essentially points you in a direction, and it points you to a different end result. You can think about it like that, or you can think about that whole invisible string concept courtesy of Taylor Swift, where it's with every decision, it's just pulling you closer to that end thing that's so magical. But all of that was really stressing me out. So I just sat with myself and my pro-con lists and was like, oh my God, what on earth am I doing? Where am I supposed to be right now? So I had all of these fears and all of these, you know, people telling me like what I should do and all these things. But at some point you can't listen to other people and you need to make a decision for yourself. And so that is what I did. So basically this was, I guess, a month ago now that we were having this conversation. And so it's been about a month that I've known that I'm moving out of this apartment. Obviously that's kind of a given, we're all moving out. The girls have already moved out actually. I'm still here for a little while until I figure some things out, but taking a pause in the story to tell you guys that I love this foundation. I've already put my concealer on, and this foundation, as you can see, I'm gonna give you guys a dad joke here. I hated it. No, I actually loved it. You know, when you like finish all your food and like the waiter comes and you're like, they're like, how was it? And you're like, I hated it. And you're like, dad joke, okay. I'm so guilty of dad jokes. Anyone else out there? Anyway, so this foundation is goals. It is, well, I think, it's a tinted moisturizer actually. SPF 35, slip cover, Saie, I don't know how to say that, Saie, whatever. It's a clean beauty brand and I love it. But anyway, so I'm packing up all my stuff as we speak and I'm shipping it all back to Maryland, which is where I'm from, as many of you guys know. And I'm starting over again. It's been 8 months in this apartment and in LA, and it's been really, really great, honestly. Like, I have really loved LA. I've loved the warmth, and I've really grown to love just being so close to the ocean and all the things. I feel like sometimes you know in your gut what the right thing is, what the right thing to do is, and it's just so hard to do it sometimes because you're like, what is this really saying? Like, am I just afraid to be away from home? Is that what I'm thinking right now? Or like, am I just afraid of, I don't know, is it fear that's propelling me to do this? Or is it because I know that something else is better? And I think also part of me was like, is, you know, leaving California gonna show people that like I made a mistake or something, and that like I shouldn't have ever come here? And I don't feel like that's true. And so I don't really care what people think because I know it's not true. I know that I came out here for a reason, and I think I accomplished what I really wanted most of all, which was to just kind of mellow out a little bit. I was so uptight in New York. If you guys watched my old videos, I'm sure you guys can kind of get a feel for like the fact that I was just gonna like burst at all times in New York. I was just overworking myself, and I was just really prioritizing the wrong things. I was prioritizing if a boy would like me or not over my own worth, over what I was capable of, which is so much, and I just didn't know it. And so coming here and, you know, having friend time and, you know, having time to really evaluate myself and just sit on the beach and just think about what's important to me was invaluable, okay? So I'm really happy that I came here. I'm really happy. But on that note, I am bidding adieu to the West Coast for the considerable future. I don't know when I'll be back. I'll probably be at my parents' house for quite some time. And that scared me also because, again, like, you know, going home to your family, like sometimes to some people, like that signals failure. But I don't think that's the case. You know, if you are lucky enough to have a family that will allow you back, if anything, I think it means that you are just trying to come home to yourself a bit and figure out what the next move is. And it's not cowardly. I've grown to realize over the years, like, actually embody the idea that, you know, people will have opinions about you no matter what. That's a non-negotiable. People are going to have opinions, okay? And it's on you to filter out which ones you should listen to and which ones you shouldn't listen to, which is tough. Really, only you can tell yourself that, a lot of those answers. So I've been really bad at that. I tend to listen to everyone and I tend to get overwhelmed. Quick break, I'm applying some bronzer, Laura Mercier, Indiscretion Face Illuminator. Love this stuff. So anyway, where does this leave us? Okay, so I'm moving out of this place. I'm going back to Maryland. I'm just gonna focus on myself for a bit and do some deep thinking about where I see myself, what I see myself doing, all of those things. Just kind of reel things in and reevaluate. For me personally, this is huge because I never do things like this. I never just hang back and let the world kind of progress and just like sit with myself and figure things out. But I've been seeing myself deteriorate recently. You know, and I am in a place where like I feel like I have been restored a bit, like here in LA, like, you know, with the ocean and everything, I have been feeling really, really great, but I don't think it matters where I am at this point. I feel like I'm just going through a tough time and I need to do myself a favor and stop trying so hard to be perfect and stop trying so hard to have all the answers for everyone else and just figure out my own stuff for a second. And I'm going to figure out what's important to me. And when the time is right, I'm going to do those things. And I'm going to try to care a bit less about what you guys think. Love you, but you know, I need to do this for me. And it's okay to not know. It is so okay to not know. We're taught that not having the answer is recipe for getting an F on a test, but really not having the answers is kind of beautiful because that means that there's so many possibilities. The limit does not exist, mean girls. So anyway, I'm gonna apply the same blush that I've been using for like 17 years of my life, and this is NARS Deep Throat. So where were we with catching up? So this was supposed to be like a Q&A, but I just like went with it. I was like, here's the deal, here's the tale. I feel like we're like sitting at brunch and I'm just like, okay guys, here's the deal. During this time, I really also want to restructure my content and how I'm creating things for you guys. I want my content to get back to a place where I don't care about whether or not it performs well. Like I've gotten really sucked into the business side of things, and I want to get back to the art. I want to get back to the fun and not be so fearful of what you guys will think of me when I do things. Like I've gotten way too obsessed with the reaction, and I need to find a way to peel back from that. And that's tough for me because I have that deep-rooted trauma from high school of having people not accept me, and I worry in this life that I'm in now, in this current phase, when people don't accept me, when people don't like what I'm putting out, or when people comment mean things, like it really shakes me. Like I'm emotional as heck and I cry, okay? I will cry. I'm gonna figure my things out. I'm gonna figure out where I wanna be, what I wanna do, and I'm gonna tell you guys when the time is right, when I feel that I know, because I feel like there's this pressure on the internet to always know all the time and always share like, hey guys, here's what I'm doing today and here's why, and have a reason for everything. I just don't know how healthy that is. So what I'm doing right now, my makeup is some eyeshadow. It's super natural. I use Urban Decay Sin, this one here, on my lid. It's like this beautiful champagne color. You guys know how much I love champagne. And then I use the Clinique Cream Pop eyeshadow on my crease. So I just like work that into the crease a little bit. I'm not gonna apply any eyeliner today. I'm just gonna go straight to curling my lashes and some mascara, which is where I have so many freaking things. I need to clean out my makeup bag like desperately. Next, I'm gonna use Telescopic mascara from L'Oreal. I know this has been quite a tale. So many things that I've just thrown at you. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is I don't have many answers. I don't really know what I'm doing, and that's okay. It's totally okay. Decision fatigue is a real thing. I think I did a podcast on this where if you have so many decisions you're making all at once, like you could get super exhausted from those said decisions and make a bad one, because if you're just making too many decisions about things all at once, it's kind of a recipe for disaster. Your brain just can't handle that. Your heart can't handle it, you know? And so spacing out the decisions makes it easier on you to make the right ones. So what I'm doing here is giving myself a chance to make a decision in peace and figure out what I want to do, even if it's not super glamorous. And you know, I don't even need to explain this to anyone. I don't feel like I need to explain myself these days ever, because I just know that every time I do, like, it just opens the door for criticism. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I feel like right now I can just feel that a lot of you guys out there are kind of in a similar boat of not knowing what you're doing or feeling like you don't have confidence in your decisions. And that's totally okay. And I just want you to know that someone else out there, me, this girl here, is in the same exact boat, and it is okay. If anything, it's brave that you're still getting up every morning and putting your best foot forward, even though you don't know what's to come, even if you are scared out of your mind. So I guess the reason why I wanted to just make this video and talk to you guys about this is just to give someone else out there, even if it's just one of you guys that's going through a similar thing, some hope. Well, this turned into a deep talk, didn't it? Oh my gosh. So I just did my mascara, I did my eyes. My eyebrows I don't really do much to anymore. I just kind of spray a little bit of hairspray on a spoolie and just kind of brush them a little bit, brush them up. a little, but like I really don't do much to my brows. I've learned less is more with my brows. I feel like I like tweezed the heck out of them for too long and I'm still paying the price. So I'm gonna put a little gloss on my lips, you know, really get the day going. This is the Pretty Basic gloss from Alicia and Remy's collection. I'm so proud of them. They sent me their palette too, which I just totally forgot to use. Like, how did you guys let me not use it? Anyway, it's really great. The gloss is so cute. This is gonna be my purse essential. And I love just how sheer it goes on. It is super natural. As for my hair, I'm just gonna leave it. I feel like this color that I have here and this length is like my best yet. I always look back at some old videos where I had, you guys remember, the blonde hair? The blonde hair phase. Why did I do that? Oh my gosh, you know, that's the downside of having your whole life on YouTube. You get to relive those experiences of like when you thought you looked so good. Not to mention the phase in like 2011 where I thought I would just get a side bang. Like I had the, you know, the side part and I'd have like that one side bang and I like straightened the side bang. It is now 11 a.m. I have a million gajillion texts. Oh, I got this phone case the other day and I feel like you guys need to see it. It's really cute. It was made by Orion Carlotto. Carlotto, is that how you say it? For Casetify, and it's really cute. Anyway, so I guess I can get dressed. Maybe that's something you'd want to see, right? So right now I'm just wearing this, just tripped on some cat litter. You must know. This is what I wore to bed last night. I wore this tank top from Free People, surprise, and these leggings from Lululemon. That's what I wore to bed because I cannot sleep hot. I need to be like freezing when I sleep, so I can never wear like long sleeves. Anyone else, I like need to be cold. Comment below if you need to sleep hot or cold. I'm always interested in what people like to do. So while I was getting dressed, I just like thought I'd try on these new jeans I got, and I just feel like this struggle is all too real. I need to share it. So did anyone else relate to the struggle of just like it fitting perfectly everywhere, and then there's this just like gap in the back? Like, oh, they're so cute, but there's this huge just gap in the back. So okay, next up for jeans, we have round 2. These are from Free People. They fit perfectly back here, but they're just like a little bit too low rise. But if I wear a sweater, it'll be fine. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so we have sweater. This is from my Nuuly shipment. I got this in my last Nuuly because it's a little bit chillier sometimes. So it's like, I wanna wear a sweater, let me wear a sweater. So I got this, it's really cute. I think it's originally from Urban Outfitters, but it was in my Nuuly, so I got it with that. But yeah, this is what I'm wearing today. Jeans, sweater, who am I turning into? Like, Katie 3 years ago could never. That's another thing that LA has given me, confidence in wearing jeans. I feel like I just never felt like my body was a jean body, like a denim body. Like I just didn't feel like they worked on me. But now I've gained confidence in myself. The bracelets I'm wearing are from the Little Words project, and I needed these. Like I got these in the mail, and one of them says self-love, the other says be a light. I was having a really tough moment when these came in the mail, actually. I was like really not feeling happy. And then I opened up this package and I was like, wow, like this is just a sign. This is what I needed. So yeah, guys, that is how I've gotten myself ready for the day. I hope you all enjoyed this look at my morning. Also, a nice chat that I feel like we needed to have because I just like needed to get it off my chest, I think. I just needed to tell someone, you know, walk through like what's going on, because sometimes, you know, when you keep things so bottled in and you make all these decisions super, you know, in your head about things, it's like when you like go a whole day without speaking. If you live alone, you know what I'm talking about. Like there's certain days, like when I was living alone in New York, that I just wouldn't speak to a single person out loud all day. I'd be like texting and emailing and all the things, but I didn't like open my mouth to speak out loud. And so it's kind of weird because you're like, wait, I literally haven't said a word today and yet I've communicated so much. And so I feel like sometimes it's similar in the sense that you can like live your life in all these ways and make all these decisions, but if you don't say them out loud and kind of walk other people through them, like you don't fully even understand what you're doing. Like, I don't know. I might be crazy, but that's what I'm thinking. So anyway, guys, that is the video. Thank you so much to Spotlight Oral Care for sponsoring this video. I will have links to these beautiful products down below. I'm obsessed with them. These are coming back to Maryland with me. I'm just gonna go. I feel like I need to like drink a coffee or something. Funny, because I just brushed my teeth. But you know what? I'm safe because this stuff whitens me up no matter what. So yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys all in my next video. I will update you all soon on what is to come for me But thank you so much for just being there, for your patience, for your kind words. I really appreciate them more than you will ever know. So thanks, guys.